right, thank you, DJ Del Sur. And flaming hot Cheetos on corn. I want to marry this right now. All right, your honeymoon should be as unforgettable as your big day, and that's why it's important to avoid issues. If you get sick or a storm cancels your trip, do you get a refund? How do you know the resort is all that is cracked up to be online? And are there parts of the world you're curious about but don't know about? The Well Traveled Texan, Jeanne Polocheck, shares some top picks and advantages of using a travel advisor. The industry has changed a lot over the last couple of decades, and part of that has been because people go directly online and book. There are such advantages to having a travel advisor. I know for me, one time we left late in Houston because of a late arriving plane, arrived in Miami and missed our connection to Nassau. We didn't want to miss our first night at the resort, so I was like, I'm gonna call our travel advisor. And she goes, look, got a car for you, drive to the next airport, and we have a plane that's gonna take you, grab some other people, right? So we were able to save it, but I couldn't have done that if I was trying to call something online.
Yeah, we hear that a lot. We have some clients actually that come to us because they've had a ruined trip because maybe they've booked it themselves. The beauty of using a travel advisor is that we are like the Secret Service. Like, we've got all kinds of things at our disposal to help our clients make sure the trip goes seamlessly from the start. Because if you have that blip in the very beginning of the trip, it can really domino effect.
Yeah.
And so what we do is we follow our clients as they travel. We have an app on our phone that allows us to communicate with them so that they know that we're watching them the whole time.
Yeah, and also suggesting things like insurance.
Travel insurance is huge. All of our clients get travel insurance. They get a quote. If they decline it, then at least we know that they've been provided that opportunity to purchase it. But travel insurance protects you against things like that. So let's say you've got a flight and you're going on your honeymoon to France, and your flight from Houston or Dallas or wherever you're flying gets a weather delay here, and you never make it across the pond. What that means is you've already entered that 24-hour window where your hotel is no longer refundable. So you're now paying for a hotel that you're not staying in, or a tour the next day that you're not going on. So travel insurance covers that.
Speaking of bad weather, I know I've gone online before and looked at a place and went, oh, this is beautiful, let's go there. Well, those pictures that were posted were before a storm, right? And we got there and went, what happened? They went, well, we had a storm. So you've actually been to a lot of the places that people are booking, so you can speak for whether the pictures actually match the real experience.
That's also a big thing. The internet makes magic for a lot of properties that maybe aren't so magic. So what our team does, we have 15 advisors, and what our team does is we do site inspections on property with our hotelier partners so that we know, has the hotel been renovated or not? What does the entry-level room look like? What does the upgrade we can get you look like? Things like that. Is the restaurant new? Is it closed down? All those things come into what a travel advisor does.
Yeah, we said, what does the upgrade look like? And you can also give us upgrades and perks because you have that relationship. All right, when it comes to choosing the perfect honeymoon, what should we keep in mind?
So there's 3 things we always talk to couples about for choosing a destination for a honeymoon. The first thing is, make it a place that's new to both of you.
Yeah, so not the place that you used to go there with your other boo.
Just so that it's a new experience and it's a place that really you guys can experience together for the first time. The second thing is activities. So let's have a good conversation with new clients to make sure that we understand what their wish list is for both the husband and the wife. So if the husband can't really sit on the beach all day because he gets super antsy and he wants something to do, we need to make sure that we make it a good trip for both parties. And the third thing is make it a place you want to go back to multiple times. So your 5th anniversary, your 10th. My husband and I went to St. Bart's. We've been married for 22 years. We honeymooned in St. Bart's. We go back as often as we can. And now we have 18 and 20-year-old daughters that we take with us. So it becomes this family experience, and it's a memory that all of us can share later.
I love how you take them after they grew up, right? Not as kids. All right, speaking of St. Bart's.
So St. Bart's is in a beautiful island in the Caribbean. It is a very small destination, and so it's one of those places we have to plan pretty early on. It's also a place that is well loved by celebrities and VIPs because it's very exclusive, and it's a great place for couples. You have to fly into St. Martin or San Juan. It's a difficult island to get to for a reason, as all great things are, but it has these beautiful boutique luxury hotels. What St. Bart's has done since the 1960s is really managed the growth of the island. So they didn't allow these big U.S. brands to come in and build these huge hotels, which meant that huge numbers of people were going to come in. Also not a big cruise ship port. Decades ago, the rumor has it that one of the cruise ships tried to bring people into the port of Gustavia, and all of the shopkeepers closed their doors because they really don't want huge numbers of people there, which makes it great for honeymooners. So great restaurants, super fun beach clubs that you can go to during the day, And at night, most of the restaurants are helmed by Michelin-starred chefs that come over from France in the off-season. So November to April is really high season for St. Bart's, which is low season for Europe. So those chefs are traveling over there, and so you may run into them at the grocery store. They're making your breakfast or your lunch or your dinner, and it's a great island to just rent a Jeep or a Moke, one of those great little low-riding vehicles they have now that are super fun, and just explore the island and visit the different beaches.
All right, let's talk about Africa. A lot of people love the destination there. Some people have some concerns about safety, but here's the deal. Africa is a continent. It is not a country.
Yes.
There are lots of different countries and lots of safe places to go and enjoy yourself.
Yeah, Africa is a beautiful destination for honeymooners. We've been seeing a lot of requests for exotics. So those would be like Southeast Asia, India, and the Maldives. We have a couple in India and the Maldives right now. Africa tops my list for that because it's really a just once in a lifetime experience that you guys might go to. But South Africa feels totally different than East Africa does.
There's a beach. We think it's all jungle and desert. No, there's a beach.
Yeah, it's a beautiful beach, and it almost feels like the west coast of the U.S. So you fly into Cape Town, you spend some time down there with the surfers and on the beach and with the penguins, and then we may take you into the winelands, which is, there's a great wine culture in South Africa, and then up to Kruger National Park to do game viewing. And then if you're trying to do East Africa, which I absolutely love, Kenya and Tanzania, they border each other. That is the big open plain safari where you maybe see the savannas and the elephants from a distance, very out of Africa feeling, the famous movie with Meryl Streep and Robert Redford. But the luxury tented camps there to die for.
Yeah, when you say tented camps, we're not talking the Boy Scout Jamboree. We're talking about the luxury tents there. All right. Italy is always a favorite with people who are taking honeymoons.
Yeah, Italy is iconic, right? It's a huge country, and it feels like there's 50 different countries in one, between mountains, islands, and cities. Venice, Florence, and Rome, always great picks. My favorite two places to send honeymooners is Lake Como and the Amalfi Coast, mainly because they're places where you're not going to take your young kids and you're not going to see a lot of kids, so they're very romantic.
But you might see George Clooney at Lake Como.
You could, at Lake Como, you could see him. The hotels there are beautiful luxury villas on Lake Como. It's an alpine lake, so the weather is beautiful. And then in the Amalfi Coast, you have towns like Positano, Amalfi, the island of Capri, where it feels like the houses are kind of clinging to the cliffs, and there's bougainvillea lounging around and lemons on the trees. And there's not a whole lot to do there, aside from just cute little day trips and just canoodling with your love, having a great meal, and just really enjoying the scenery.
And if you love a great beach and that beautiful ocean water, Tahiti.
Yeah, Tahiti, also iconic destination. Tahiti is about 7 to 8 hours nonstop flight from Los Angeles. We call it one extra movie on the plane versus Hawaii, but there's a lot less people in Tahiti. So that is French Polynesia. French Polynesia is beautiful. It's islands, or those luxury villas over the water, which everybody sees in the pictures of Tahiti, is what everybody wants. But typically when we're doing a Tahiti itinerary for clients, we're moving you around from, you land in the main island of Tahiti, we'll get you over to Moorea, which is more mountainous and hiking and outdoor activities, and then we move you into Bora Bora, which is that beautiful over-the-water bungalow that you see with beautiful sea life. You're taking out sea-doos and you're snorkeling, and it's you can have adventure or you can just relax.
Yeah. All right. You're headed to France pretty soon. Paris after the Olympics, a lot more people that's back on their mind, right? So all kinds of things to do, but there's Paris proper and then there's Provence.
Yeah, Paris, we can have you in Paris for 30 days and never run out of things to do. In between the things that are in the city, like of course the Eiffel Tower and the Louvre and the Musée d'Orsay, my favorite thing to do is just sit at a bistro with your chair facing the street like the Parisians do and people watch all day. But you can also do great day trips out to Champagne to do a bubbles tour. You can go to Loire Valley if you're into World War II history, Normandy and Mont Saint-Michel, or we can tag on 5 days in Provence, which are beautiful countryside, the small little villages, truffle hunting, wine, or the Côte d'Azur, which is more Cannes, Antibes, Saint-Tropez for that beachy kind of chic feeling. But we package those two together in one trip. So you're just going over the pond once, but you can do Paris, Provence, or some of these day trips outside the city.
Yeah, Paris is great for shopping, and if you do, make sure you declare, okay? But things to know there as well, that you'll sit down with a couple and go through all those things before they take off.
Yeah, we're totally full service, so we just want to make sure that everybody has the best trip possible, and you know that we're there for you if you have any questions.
All right, angels on your wings when you fly out.
Thank you so much.
Bring me back something.
Merci.
Beaucoup. All right, to learn more about the Well Traveled Texan global travel and book your next trip, visit greatdayhouston.com and we will connect you.